So the second E then in the secret is something I think that youngster has, and that most youngsters have. Who's got kids? Quick survey. See, now there's a bit more response because we love talking about our kids, don't we? But average age, what do you think? If you put up your hand, just shout out the age.
10.
10.
1 and 3.
1 and 3.
6.
You've got 6 kids. Oh, the kid is 6 years old, yes. A couple of other.
21.
27, 21. 11, okay. I said your kids. And if your wife knew you spoke about her like that. But anyway, I mean, think back to when our kids were 5 years old. And at 6 o'clock on a Saturday morning, where were we? Or where are we still today at 6 o'clock on a Saturday morning as healthy, sane adults? Yeah, catching good sleep. And what do we hear at the bottom end of the passage? If we've got young kids in the house. Hey, Dad, it's Saturday! And we've got wooden floors in our house. As I come running down, and I say to my wife, quick, lock the door before they're too late. He opens the door in the bed. And of course, you know that 5-year-olds, guys, have got no concept of anatomy whatsoever. So they jump onto the bed and... No, we just learned to cover quickly. And they're on at us and on the bed, and where are we going, and what are we doing today? And let's go to Gold Reef City. Of course, my wife and I have now discovered the secret. Our kids' secret. Do not allow them into the rooms. We put Vaseline on the knob, on the doorknob, so that they can't open. But I think we might have to switch to one of your products now. So that they can't open the door. But what then happens for the rest of that day? I mean, they're on at us, and they're here and there and doing this and doing that. When do they stop? 10 o'clock tonight, when they collapse from sheer exhaustion. You see, they've got something that I think a lot of adults lack: energy. And energy is not just about how much I get done and how enthusiastic I am about what I do, but it's also about the energy that I give to the people around me. Because a lot of companies that we work with today, when trying to figure out their secret and their energy, we end up finding that there are people called Hendrik who work in their companies. Now, a Hendrik, if your Afrikaans is as good as mine, is iemand wat net deurdruk. People that are just pushing through. And they're easy to spot because they walk like this. When you ask them, how's it going, they go, cock. And you ask them about how the economy is, and they go, cock. And I ask them about how we're doing in terms of making our 2009 targets, and they go, I think the person who thought of that's full of... And we call them Hendriks. They're just negative people. And the problem with having negative people in a team is the energy that they give off. And we also find that every now and then there are some non-Hendriks, some positive people who work alongside Hendriks. And when we speak to these positive people in focus groups and ongoing consulting stuff, the positive people, like I'm guessing most of us in this room are, yes? But you're very quietly positive, am I right?
Oh, yeah.
And we ask the positive people, we say, well, what are you going to do about it? They say, no, well, we're going to engage the negative people, and we're going to talk to them. And I ask them, please don't. And I want to ask you, please don't. Right? Please could you promise me this? When you come across a Hendrik working alongside you, will you promise me you'll do this? Okay? Don't ever walk away from a Hendrik. Okay, you promise? Run! Run quickly, far away, because the problem with Hendriks and negative people is that when you try and engage them, They drag you down to their level, and then they beat you with experience. Because they spend so much time down there. So what energy are we putting out? What energy am I bringing with me every morning? Who sometimes gets out of bed and you just say to yourself, oh God, this is going to be a terrible day. Yes. And is it? Yeah, don't be surprised. Do yourself a favor, tomorrow morning get out on the other side of the bed. In fact, not tomorrow morning because we're at a learning conference venue. Tuesday morning when you're back at home, get out on the other side of the bed. And normally there's one person that says, but what about my husband or my wife? Okay, roll over them. Something could come up.
That's when you're going to need our products.
And then you're going to need our products. But then you're also going to go to work with a smile on your face.